Good morning, everybody. It's Chris Robinson Ag Marketing, with today's pre-opening grading livestock comments. First, I want to comment on planting progress. There's only one word to really describe it. It's rapid. If you look at the corn progress as of yesterday, we are at 25% done, um, 6 points ahead of our average, which is 19% for this time of the year, and we're 3 points ahead of where we were last year. In the soybeans, we're 23% done. That's 11 points ahead of the 5-year average. So I got to imagine in the next week or so, we're going to be close to, you know, 40%, maybe a little bit more than 40% finished. We are going to have cooling temperatures and a little bit of drying next in the weather forecast. So we'll see. But just an impressive, farmers are really getting after it, I can tell you. So we'll see how that plays out in the next couple weeks if we start getting some warmer weather. Right now, it's still pretty chilly here. Certainly chilly this morning. It was about 40 degrees last night here. I'm about 15 miles south of the Wisconsin border, in northwestern Illinois. Uh, the big mover overnight continues to be wheat. That is actually helping to pull everything else up as well. Soybeans, they're bumping into the top of the trading range. It's July beans. We're back up to $12. That the soybeans have been in there's only one word for it, vicious sideways trading range with spot beans. They get to $12 and they back off. Then they've broken down to, our recent little sell-off took us down to 1170. So there's a 30-cent whipsaw, and every day the beans are having, 15, 20-cent moves. So I'm more concerned about new crop beans. New crop beans are at 1165. Our average cash sale, if you're following my recommendations, we're at 1143 sold on 35% of 2026 beans. And for those that 35% we sold, if guys want to have calls on, we can. I mean, certainly if November beans are able to take out 1175, I wrote it in a letter last night. I know it's the third time the charm. I certainly hope so. $12 is a big psychological target, and then 1240 is the old contract high. Nothing about this rally makes sense when you look at what's going on fundamentally in the world. Uh, this whole rally in new crop beans has been interesting to watch. We did have one severe correction, right? We lost half of the rally in March when we broke down to 1118, but we've fired it back up. And so I'm not as concerned as to the why as to how we can take advantage of it, right? 1165 beans when we started the year at 1055, that is a blessing. And you need to take advantage of it, defend it, reward it, what have you. July wheat up 11 cents last night. 643 and three quarters was the high overnight. Um, that took out the old March 31st high at 36. That was the high right before the USDA report. Remember that USDA report came out and we dumped from 636 down to, sub 580. So we have recovered all of that courtesy of hard red wheat that's pulling everything up. We're going to get one more shot here to take a test at 650. 650 is the highest price really going back to February of 2025. So you're looking again, if we're able to get to 650, we are at 641 right now as I speak. That's where we settled. So you have a chance to sell wheat at the highest prices we've had in 14 months. Take advantage of it if you're able to. Kansas City hit 690 and a half on the close, hit 696 overnight, almost a $7 print. Um, Again, this was in my nightly letter. Basically, what this market's doing is going back. There was a high in May of 2024 at $7. If we take out $7, it opens up the door to 720. That was the July 2023 high. So KC wheat, again, just an impressive rebound. It's hard to believe that right after the report we were at $6, and that report was really bearish. And so the perfect example of why we hedge and why we try to not make emotional decisions. It's a perfect example as to why it was nice to have puts on back then because we had our protection on, but that left the upside completely open for this almost dollar rally. So if you had a 10-cent put on, are you mad now that it's gone? Maybe it's worth a penny, but the market's gained 90 cents. That is why put options are generally the producer's best friend. You have your protection for when times get scary, so you don't pick up the phone and make a bad cash sale. And it leaves the door open for rallies like this, which absolutely positively no one out there in ag Twitter saw coming. Trust me. Certainly I did not. So that's a perfect example of why put options are a producer's best friend. We'll see today. We had a turnaround in June fat and feeders yesterday. That market had a correction. It looked like it was going to roll over. It's higher yesterday. If you look at June fats, we have a triple top at 252. We settled at 248.95. If we take out that triple top, it's just going to mean one thing: new people coming in trying to chase new highs. And again, I'm not so concerned about as to why. I just want to make sure that ranchers that are working with me, we keep the upside open. At some point, we are going to have a correction. I don't know when. That's when you want to have your puts in place. But for now, I think that's the best strategy. Similar to what we just seen in wheat. I mean, wheat, was down at $6. It's nice to have your puts on then, but then boy, it's nice to not be short futures when we rally a dollar. So on that note, this is Chris Robinson, Robinson Ag Marketing. If you're looking for help, give me a call. I've been working with farmers and producers since 2010. Prior to that, between basically 1991 and 2009, I was a floor trader. I had a bunch of different jobs down there, but at one point I stopped working for people and I bought myself a mid-am seat. I traded those mini contracts for a couple of years and then started my career in various pits in Chicago. So that was my background before I started working with farmers and producers. Hopefully, my approach can help you if you're looking for a technical based approach. I do charts every day. If you're not getting my letter, robinsonagmarketing.com, I can help point out key levels for both bulls and bears. Charts aren't perfect, but they do provide some levels where you can make decisions. All right, guys, have a great day. This is Chris Robinson, Robinson Ag Marketing.